Hello, YouTube. Oh, we are back. I just went ahead and used some of my stuff. And by that, I mean so we had a bit more room. Uh, but let's start progressing again. We'll come back to the Palace of the Dead eventually. What I might actually do is I might just beat it and then clip the end fight, and then like show it. I can since it does my capture card, I can show what we have through it. So I also need to get rid of some of this shit from my retainers. But I love detouring on shit like that because I personally absolutely fucking love Palace of the Dead. We have heard the glad tidings from Ogomora, my friends. By the grace of the 12 and your most valiant efforts, the people of Limsa may rest easy. I should like to think so, yes, though we failed to prevent the Lord of Craigs from from manifesting, we did succeed in weakening him, enabling our friend to dispatch him before the Warriors of Darkness could make matters worse. It was by no means an unmitigated success, but it will have to suffice. Then let us speak of another matter, one which weigheth heavy on my lady's mind. As thou didst request, I sought out the Jiran oracles, that we might better understand the aims of the Warriors of Darkness. Though their copious use of allegory defieth any single interpretation, the oracles paint a most disturbing picture, one of the worlds parallel to our own, apart yet linked, reduced to ruin with every umbral calamity. 7 times have they succeeded. Then of 10 and 3, only 6 worlds remain. Aye, all is as my lady Menphilia spoke of unto thee. As for what becometh of these reflections, when they in the source are rejoined, frail flesh undone in umbral fires, each soul surrendereth to her call, to flow unto the endless sea, there to endure as one and none. Then if the warriors of darkness succeed, everyone in their world will die? In essence, aye. The verse speaketh of the renunciation of the flesh, and subsequent return to the life stream. However, this fate may yet be preferable to the alternative, for if the first were to fall to transcendent light in the manner of the warriors of darkness described, it would give way unto a void wherein none may know either life or death. Far better to die, they reason, for in death there is life. The essence of a soul which returneth unto the source may be born anew, saved. Such, at least, is their belief, I surmise. If that is true, then gods, no one should ever have to make such a choice. Ere we speak further on this subject, I would share with thee another recent discovery. It would seem that several sizable shipments of crystals have been delivered into the hands of certain Alamegian parties. Alamegian? Strange, and you believe this is to be the work of the same Ishgardian smugglers who supplied the beast tribes? I know beyond a shadow of a doubt and lest thou wonder at their motive, I would remind you that the Essenes did at once attempt to bring about the summoning of Volgar. The individuals who took receipt of these shipments are refugees belonging to a group devoted to the cause of Alamegian liberation. It may also interest thee to know their Ishgardian suppliers appear to be none other than the remnants of Aline Relier, network of spies. Surely you jest, and yet it is not so surprising. Bereft of leadership and hunted by the Alliance, I can well imagine such villains being desperate enough to conspire with the Ascians, assuming they even know or care who their new employers are. All of which is irrelevant. Forgive me. We seek out the resistance group which received the crystals without delay. Lily? Alize? Will you come with me to Little Alamigo? Yes, yes, of course. I should like to hear what they have to say for themselves, firsthand. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal. Alphino, Alize, Lily, are you three listening? Good, I have tidings. The Temple Knights raided the smuggler's warehouse less than an hour ago. A cursory interrogation of the prisoners yielded confirmation that they were in the employ of, and I hope you're sitting down, a man in black robes. And you have them. And the crystals too. What few remained, aye. Regrettably, it would seem they dispatched one final shipment in the hours before we struck. It was bound for Little Alamigo, we are told, where it will be received by members of a local resistance group. Since Sir Emeric's men no longer have need of my services, I have a mind to head that way. As do we. By happy coincidence, we learned of the shipment but a few moments ago. Huh! And there I was thinking I might finally be one step ahead of the warrior Blight and her little helpers. Wait a moment. There's more, and I defy you not to be surprised by this revelation. The leader of the Ishgardian smugglers was formerly in the employ of one Aline Rolea, the infamous Ivy herself. Once again, Thancred, I fear I must inform you that... Thancred, with whom else have you shared this information with? About the smugglers? No one. As I think I mentioned, the raid was less than an hour ago. I was planning to contact Pistola next, but is there someone else you would have me notify first? No, there isn't. What in the world has gotten into her? It is twice now that we have sought Haranje's aid, and twice she has treated him as if he were a stranger. Archon was one of grandfather's most dedicated pupils, and spent as much time at the Livier estate as we did. He's practically a member of the family. Truth be told, I struggle to recall a day from my childhood when I did not see the three of them laughing together. If this continues, I may have to raise the matter. Later, though, Little Alamigo awaits. Dun dun dun! What's going on? Still no sign of Thancred. I will get to the bottom of this. Oh, forgive me, It has been a long day. Did you have something to say? Aranje? Oh, I have always struggled to understand what's going on in his head. Now more than ever. Listen, Lily, if anything should happen, it should be me who... Just know that I am prepared to do what must be done. Right then. To more pressing matters, since we have no idea when Thorncrab might arrive, I suggest we see what information we gather in his absence. Let us pray that someone will be willing to speak with us about the resistance. When we were free. So, to review, we are reliably informed that members of Alamegan resistance operating here have taken recipient of several large shipments of crystals. Our task being to ascertain who and why. Given the size of this settlement, I find it hard to believe that anyone here could be wholly unaware of the resistance movement. The challenge, of course, will be finding individuals who are both able and willing to share such information with outsiders. It would seem sensible to divide our forces, Lily. Why don't you question the residents in the eastern half of town? Alize and I will do the same in the west, and afterwards we can rendezvous here to share our findings. Why do I get the side that's grumpier? You get the side with the fucking chief that likes us. I get the side that always had the use and shit that bitch about us. Yeah, the resistant? Damned if I know. It's not as if I'd be any use to them. You set store by all these tales of secret weapons, good luck to you. But I'm too old for the mass bedtime stories. This is our lot, and it's time we got used to it. The mass stories, huh? That in itself is something. Let me guess. Come to join the fight, have you? No need to deny it, friend. You're not the first to answer the Griffin's call. Well, he's lit a fire in every Alamegian heart. He's also inspired more than a few Udons to pledge themselves to the cause. And a little wonder. The Garleans won't stop until we're all under the yoke. The Griffin, huh? I see you there going around asking questions, looking for Griffin and his lot, I'll bet. Seems they're the talk of Little Alamigo these days. Folk wondering what he's about and what he's got in store for the Garleans. And what's under that mask of his, of course. Some say he's hardly got a face, what with all the scars. Others reckon he's been marked for death by the Empire, and that they'd send a bloody legion if they knew he was here. Your guess is as good as mine. Well, that was easier than expected. There's not a soul here who isn't eager to talk about our maths friends. I suppose I should ask what you learned, but I think I already know. Yeah, Griffin, Mass. This Griffin seems to be the leader of a newly formed faction within the Resistance, the Mass. Yet, despite their growing popularity, no one seems to know much about them. Only that they are the most aggressive, militant group to join the movement in recent memory. Indeed, many claim their commitment to the cause of Alamegian liberation is unrivaled. We can but hope their revolutionary fervor is never channeled in the direction of a primal. Though I feel confident that this is the group which received the crystal shipment, we yet lack proof. Before taking any action, I would speak with the settlement's leader to confirm my suspicions. Mayhap enlist his help while I am about it. Given that you and Gundabald are already acquainted, mayhap it would be best if you took the lead, shall we? No, so you guys didn't ask you didn't talk to the fucking leader when you asked about shit? Like, bro, the fuck? To hear people speak of him, the Griffin sounds like a man in his middle years. But if that's the case, just what has he been playing at for the past 2 decades? If he's so devoted to the cause, why has he waited until now to do something about it? Unless, of course, he hasn't. Naught would please me more than to be wrong about all of this. Hey, bro. Much as it pleases me to see you, Lily, I cannot help but wonder if I should be worried. I hear you and yours have been asking questions. Yeah, about Griffin. The Griffin? Aye, I know of him. As do we all. He and his mass have become the leading faction within the Resistance. Though there was a suspicion at first given his secretive ways, he quickly proved a charismatic and capable commander. Men are drawn to his passion and his vision. They truly believe that he has what it takes to lead them to victory. Even I cannot help but admire the man for what he has accomplished. But I have not forgotten Wilred. I was blind to the danger of his ambitions, and you were not. The Griffin will soon deliver a speech to our people at the sunken temple of Karn. Go and see him with your own eyes. Weigh his words with your own heart. How convenient. 'Tis but a pity Thancred is not here to join us. You two go on ahead. I shall stay behind and wait for him. Thanks for the tip, dude. Men who can inspire such fervor in their followers are destined to shape the world. In what manner, however, is not always clear, until it is too late. The young ones were led astray once. Help us assure that it never happens again, for their sake and for Wilred's. Whatever could be keeping him. If he's taken the scenic route, leaving us to do all the hard work, I shall treat him to a piece of my mind. Has it begun already? I hear voices coming from within.
Brothers and sisters, 20 years ago, Alamigo, our home, was claimed by the Garlean Empire. In our haste to overthrow the King of Ruin, we turned a blind eye to our foes in the north. With our glorious revolution, we but laid a path for a new tyrant to succeed the old. And when confronted with our failure, we fled. Not a day goes by that I do not think of those we left behind. Think of them and feel ashamed. And I know each and every one of you feels the same. We abandoned them, our own flesh and blood, to labor till their backs gave in and their breath gave out, building the twisted steel ramparts which now mar our once majestic mountains. We abandoned them, the brave and true, to fight and die for their country, or worse, to be conscripted and sent off to rob another poor bastard of his home. We abandoned them, the meek and powerless, to bow and scrape when the Garleans pass, to sully themselves that they might live to see another day of misery. The Black Wolf may be dead, but a new Imperial Viceroy reigns in Alamigo now. A beast, not a fraction as merciful. You all know the Eorzean Alliance will do naught to oppose him. For all their promises and platitudes, they will not act if there's no profit in it. Only we can free our brothers and sisters from the Empire's tyranny, my friends. Only we have the courage to stand and fight. They have imprisoned us. They have enslaved us, and they have murdered us. But no more! Blood demands blood, and the Garleans shall pay for every drop they have spilt upon our lands. This I promise you, for we have a power within us, my friends. A power befitting our pride, our righteousness. Only join us, and we shall grant you the means to unleash it, and together we shall see the Alamegan standard raised over the mountains of Gia Arbania once more!
A power befitting their pride. Not at all ominous, that. Wait, is that...
What are you two doing here?
I could ask you the same thing.
Well, this is quite the surprise.
If you see what I see, if you feel as I feel...
Might I suggest we continue this conversation in more agreeable surroundings?
You got it, Papa Lima. Good to have you two back.
But strength of heart.
Ida! Of all the places to meet, it has to be fate. Perhaps it is my imagination, but you seem rather more rugged and world-weary than when we last spoke. No shit! I've been through the ringer. Words cannot express how glad I am to see you both alive and well. And you, though it was pretty obvious that you and Lily would be fine. The Crystal Braves never had a realistic chance of capturing any of the Scions, divided as they were and distrusted by the better part of Eorzea. But if you truly believe that, forgive me, what exactly have you two been doing all this time? Repaying a favor. After the banquet, we had no choice but to flee Udal, and we would not have been able to do so without the aid of some old friends from the Resistance. That's right. They smuggled us out of the city and sheltered us in Little Alamigo. All at a great risk to themselves. Obviously, we couldn't let that go unacknowledged, so we offered to help them out with their operations for a while. When we learned of the Scion's exoneration, that Lord Laredo had severed all ties with the Crystal Braves, and that General Rubon had been reinstated, we resolved to make contact. But having long since discarded our league pearls as a precautionary measure, our options were rather limited. To make matters more complicated, we were embroiled in a delicate operation at the time, leaving me with little choice but to entrust a letter to a courier. I gather from your puzzled expressions, however, that you never received it. Nope. To be honest, we thought this might happen. While the Masts are happy to let the refugees spread the word within the community, they're pretty strict about communicating with outsiders. Oh, and we also heard a rumor that Griffin doesn't want us meddling in his affairs. The Griffin mistrusts the signs of the Seventh Dawn. Curious, it is well known that we are no friends to Garlemald. One would think the man we saw beseeching all and sundry to join his cause would welcome our support. Ah, I should say that the man you saw was not in fact the Griffin, but an impersonator, and a talented rabble-rouser to boot. 'Twould not surprise me if he were responsible for the majority of these public appearances. As you may have gathered, the Griffin is an extremely cautious and distrusting man who has made every effort to conceal his identity. Even when we participated in a raid under his direct command, we were not permitted to approach him. It's hard to know what to make of it all. The secrecy, the impersonators, the masks. We all look at her. What? It's not as if I'm making all of you wear one, and mine only covers half my face. It's completely different. Anyway, when we heard the Griffin was due to give a speech, we thought it might be a good opportunity to get a better sense of the man behind the... Get a better sense of the man. For all good it did. For all the good it did. And now you have heard the whole of it. But tell me, what prompted you to take an interest in the Griffin? Well, they have some crystals. Most likely. Summoning? You're not serious. I can't believe it. The Resistance would never even entertain such a ridiculous plan. But the Griffin? Well, the man is an enigma. I cannot say with any confidence what he would or would not do. What I can say, however, is that the speech we heard today was not the first to make reference to a power capable of defeating the Empire. The masks have made many such claims of late. I confess I had assumed it to be a mere bluster, but in the context of the shipments which you spoke of, it is not impossible that they are alluding to a primal. Whatever it is, we'll find out together. And if anyone tries to stop us, they'll answer to me. Indeed, that is assuming you'll have us. Fucking duh! You're our buddies! Welcome back, motherfuckers! Do you honestly think he's planning to liberate Alamigo with the help of a primal? I mean, could he really be that stupid? In retrospect, their tale is not so surprising. We had reason to believe that they had escaped with the aid of Alamigian refugees after all. Still, Tataru will be delighted to hear we have been reunited. Once we have attended to the matters here, of course. If, as you suspect, the Griffin is indeed plotting to summon a primal, we must needs obtain confirmation while there is yet time to act. And in that end, I propose we question his double. Given his role as the group's de facto mouthpiece, I should not be surprised if he were one of Griffin's closest associates. And while he may not be aware of the most sensitive details, he can probably tell us the mask's plans in broad strokes. Like the man whom he impersonates, however, he is wary of outsiders. He will not expose himself without a suitable incentive. My plan is as follows. Yunafno will pose as adventurers fallen on hard times, inspired by his words, to take up arms for a noble cause. Ida and I, as members of the Resistance, will recount tales of your past achievements, and testify as to your usefulness in the struggles ahead. With our enthusiastic assurances still ringing in his ears, he will decide to welcome you in person, and we will arrange a meeting. You will need to look the part that we might maintain the charade, until we have him cornered at least. Here, this should be enough to purchase suitable garments from Talbot, and to have him rub a respectable amount of dirt on them for good measure. Any questions? Nope. I gotcha. It all seems simple enough. Thank you. And with that, Lily, let us be off. Our identities will be revealed, but it can't be helped. We don't have time for a cleverer approach. Talbot has an assortment of affordable clothing which he sells to the refugees. The sum in that sack should more than suffice. But if it and my name are not enough to secure his cooperation, pay him double. I shall see that you are recompensed. Hmm. I got some money for you. Give me some clothes. Well, don't look at me. You're the one with the sack of gil. You do have the sack of gil, don't you? You wanna buy what? I don't know what you're up to, but I want no part of it. Money? Well, you're the ones with the gil and seen as your friends at Papalimo. There, 2 Nickens slops for both of you, tailored or treated to your taste. Now off with you, before someone sees us together. Clothes maketh the man, as they say. Right then. I will go and change and see you at the spot Papalimo marked on our maps. Once again, wearing these shitty-ass starter clothes. Don't mind the fact of my glasses, my necklace, my axe. I totally pass for, you know, being down on my hard times and all that bullshit. Down on my luck. Well, look at us. A pair of down-at-heel adventurers seeking a chance to recapture past glories. Yes, this should suffice. And now we play the waiting game.
My thanks, comrades. You must be the esteemed adventurers of whom I've heard so much. I understand you have taken an interest in our cause.
Yeah, indeed.
A great interest, you might say. Your words have certainly made quite an impression on my friend and I. The Resistance has long, and some would say wisely, avoided open engagements with the Garleans, but you and yours seem confident against the world in arms. I can only assume you have good reason to be so bold. Why, one might even think you are planning to summon a primal. Because that would do much to explain the sizable shipment of crystals you recently received from your smuggler friends, whom our Ishgardian allies have since detained, lest you wonder.
I'd like to hear more about the Griffin. The real Griffin. Your performance earlier didn't fool us.
The famous scions of the Seventh Dawn. I should have known better than to think I could conceal the truth from you lot. You are right. I am not the Griffin, but I speak with his voice, and it was at his behest that we procured those crystals. You are wrong, however, if you think that we procured them to summon a primal. We used them to reach an accord with the Amalja. In exchange for crystals to summon their god, they will aid us in the fight for Alamegan liberation.
You've got to be joking. Have you gone completely mad? When people find out you helped the Lizardmen summon Ifrit, they'll turn on the Resistance. Alamigo will never be free.
This isn't a fairy tale, girl. We don't have the luxury to play at being honorable heroes. It's because the likes of you wouldn't sully your saintly hands that Alamigo's been under the yoke for the past 20 years. But the Griffin won't stand for it, and neither will we. We're ready to do whatever it takes.
What proof do you have of this arrangement with the Emulger?
What? Aside from a lack of crystals? None. But the beastmen have a great big pile of the things if you fancy looking. You might want to hurry, though. It'll not be long before they summon their god. Search our camp if you don't believe me. We have naught to hide.
If there is a cache to be found, Ida and I will find it.
Then let us be off. Are you perchance the Warrior of Light?
What was your first clue? Pink hair? Lullafowl?
Aye, I thought so. You should know that a great many who have joined us did so because you saved them. Because you showed them that one brave woman can make a difference. You saved me too once. Helped a friend over in Quarry Mill make some medicine I needed. But that was a lifetime ago. On behalf of my brothers and sisters, I thank you. You gave us hope where there was none, courage and strength when all was lost. We shall not squander your gift.
I know that look, Ida, and I do not like it. You cannot seriously be contemplating taking up arms with that band of cutthroats.
I just...
If the Griffin and his men have their way, it is only a matter of time before the situation in Alamigo comes to a head. Your homeland's future teeters on a knife edge, and any reckless action, however small, could have irrevocable consequences. You mustn't lose sight of that, Ida. When the time comes, we must all make our choices, but we must do so in full possession of the facts. Now, let us away. There is work to be done.
Quarry Mill, he said. Do you remember? Forgive me, you cannot be expected to recall every name and face, and besides, it's not as if it matters. I have long admired how you live in the present, how you focus on the problems at hand and always keep moving forward. So let us keep moving forward together, Lily. We must find and secure those crystals. This is no time for looking back. So we had the one guy we helped. With Mefreed and such. And he went out to get himself killed because he was a waste of space in his eyes to the rest of them, kind of thing. I think there's another one, a side quest, that also heals somebody for medicine, but I assume it's the main story one they're talking about, so... He protected him from goblins when he went out, and I think it was Goblin. Maybe it was Kobold. I think it was goblins, though. If we take the Griffin's double at his word, then the crystals are now somewhere within Zarharak, ready to be put to use by the Amalja. We must surprise Alizea of all we have learned. I will join you both in Little Amigo after I have changed. I just changed right in front of you. I love how, like, we really do just poof. Our clothes just reappear when we change our, like, things, so we kind of really do just change in front of people. Thancred? Kept you waiting, eh? My apologies. Ah, that's much better. Subterfuge was never my strong suit. You are prepared for battle, then? Now that Thancred has finally arrived, mayhap you could share your latest findings? You mean to tell me that while we were worrying over ourselves sick, Ida and Papalima were here all along? Well, Ishtola will be relieved, and also angry. Mainly angry, I should think. As for the crystals, what choice do we have? We cannot very well leave them in the hands of the Amaja. For all we know, they could be preparing to summon Ifrit even as we speak. We must make for the Harak without delay. Agreed. If there is naught else to discuss, let us depart at once. And so they go forth, in accordance with the Griffin's plan. The players gather to assume their marks on the stage, wreathed in flame. Ere long, the curtain shall rise, and the drama of which I am author, God's forgive me, shall at last be performed. Naught else remaineth, save to stand at the ready and pray that the chance is seized, for never shall we know its like again. All seems calm here. Is it possible that we have been deceived? You'd think there would be more obvious signs that something was afoot. But if anything, the place seems quieter than I remember. I have a bad feeling about this. I confess I expected a warmer greeting, but we must not jump to conclusion, not until we have braved the Battle of Embers. We must be ready to engage the enemy at any moment. If you would make any final preparations, pray to do so now. I shall await your signal. Upon proceeding to the Battle of Embers, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Shit's going down.
This isn't right. The Amalja would never leave this place so poorly guarded.
Not willingly, no.
The saviors of Eorzea. Slow as ever.
By the 12, will you never learn?
You know, you're right. Mayhap it is time for a change of tack. Killing primals, tormenting beastmen, hastening the birth of a new god. It's all a bit much, isn't it? And frankly, we don't have the leisure to do it. But killing the warrior of light, on the other hand, that would soon plunge Eorzea into chaos. One life for one world. A fair exchange! Wouldn't you agree?
Lest you forget, you've more than one opponent.
Carbuncle! Defend me!
I sense you will offer more than mere target practice, unlike your sister.
Alizé!
Did I not tell you, Alphino? I am not the girl I once was. My brother was always the clever one, while my talents lay elsewhere. If you would dare to stand against us, to destroy all that we hold dear, then you shall die by my sword!
Let's finish this.
She's a red mage. I'm too far to sacrifice. Too much. I think you're the only ones to have known sorrow.
You shall fall soon enough.
There's no escape!
Forgive me. No, no, we will not be denied so easily. The warriors of darkness call upon the power of the echo. Is this the power of the echo? No, I didn't mean to do that. Wrong button. And they're back again. Again they rise. Have these warriors no limit?
No more games!
No, I'm in chain. God damn it, I can't break free.
It ends now. What? The chains! You snake! You would betray us as well?
He that holdeth fast unto his convictions shall never count betrayal amongst his crimes, though all the world may call him villain. My path is unchanged, my creed sacrosanct. This I believe with all my heart. But say, warrior of darkness, and speak true, what dost thou believe? That rendering up the souls of thy world in service to the rejoining will grant it salvation? Nay.
By the 12! Oriange!
Nobody but Alizé got
Mine
this.
apologies, Master Alphino. That the brightest light might shine, duty did compel me to walk in darkest shade.
You sweet fool. I was almost willing to believe you had turned against us. I expect a full explanation when this is over. For now, may I assume you have turned your cloak for the last time?
Thou mayest, my lady. By thy leave.
Even odds, then. No matter. We'll crush the lot of you in one fell swoop! Understood.
Hearken to me. We only have one chance. Channel your ether into my blade that I might strike before the mage casts his spell. I cannot do it alone, but together we can defeat them! Make ready! They come!
Channel ether into Alizé's blade.
I must have more ether.
Going to beat us at our own game. Go to her, Lily. We will deal with the others. Feel it welling up inside. You gotta get him off me. Okay.
The ether.
Hurry, Lily. Give me the ether. Gosh, Lily, you mustn't channel so much at once. Now, kill her while she's weak. I ain't ever weak, bitch. Unto her blade we render our ether, that fortune may favor. Ah, let it not be in vain! The fate of two worlds hangeth in the balance. Quickly! I'm trying to. There we go.
I can feel it. Just a little more.
And up they go again. This has gone on long enough. Will, kill the girl. Lily, the ranger. You must stop her. I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean?
Hurry it up, neighbor!
I wasn't already, you know, on her already. The very sake that I knew that was coming.
I'll crush you!
feel the ether welling up inside of you. Okay, get the warrior off me. So hold the line, you need to get the warrior off me, bro. Thank you. That's my ether. That's it, we've got them!
'Tis done! With this blade I banish the darkness!
Yeet!
No. Not like this.
I like how, like, they gave, like, a little bit of ether to her, and I fucking gave her, like, 4 times.
Alize, are you hurt?
A touch dizzy, but otherwise fine. Thank you.
And there you have it. Our friend is too stubborn to die.
We are far from finished. Or have you never considered how we came to this world?
Crystals? You mean, like the Ascians?
Just so. As the Ascians flee unto the rift twixt planes with crystals of darkness, so did these warriors come hither with crystals of light.
Eloquent, as always. Aye, like the Ascians, we too are beyond death. You cannot defeat that which is eternal.
Actually, I've already done it multiple times.
Wait! Such methods as the Ascians employ require the renunciation of the flesh. You would have had to...
At long last, you see. To save our world, we gave our lives. We were just adventurers trying to make our way. An odd job here, a favor there. We never aspired to be warriors of light. But word of our deeds spread, and soon people were calling us heroes. They placed their hopes and dreams on our shoulders, and bid us fight for all that was good and right. We fought, and we fought, and we fought, until there was no one left to fight. We won! And now our world is being erased from existence. We did everything right. Everything that was asked of us, and still it came to this. You of all people should understand. We will not falter. We brought our world to the brink of destruction, and now we must save it.
I've died before, Arbet. I'm not afraid to die again.
No matter how many times we fall, we must rise and carry on the fight for those we left behind.
To have known the depths of sorrow and embraced the highest sacrifice. Nonetheless, Master Louis-Soix, guide my hand, I pray you, as fate's thread spinneth upon this most capricious spindle. Quickly! Thou must needs invoke the power of thy crystal.
What is this place?
Such pain. Such sorrow. Oh, my dear children.
It can't be.
Mother Heidelin, hearken unto your children's plea. From two worlds do we gather, and from two worlds do we offer a bounty of light. In this desperate hour we do beseech your intercession. We beg an audience with the word of the Mother, with your chosen Minfilia.
Your cries go not unheard, nor your sacrifices unnoticed. Though many are lost, there are those we can yet save, whom I can yet save.
Minfilia!
Blessed children of the First, the light of your world hath grown blinding in its radiance, but it is not yet absolute. I will hie me to your world, and there take unto myself the light which riseth even now to drown it, as darkness once did drown another.
Now you deign to answer our prayers? I will suffer this farce no longer!
As the Ascians must serve as instruments of Zodiark's will, so too must others carry out the will of Heidelin. But for the boon you have granted her, She has grown strong enough to set me free, that I might serve as her emissary. Your suffering, your sacrifice, your supplications, she has heard all. We will not let the first fall to light. Thank you, Urianger, for bringing everyone here. It fills my heart with joy to look upon the faces of my friends once more.
In taking you unto her bosom, I knew that Heidelin had bequeathed to you a sliver of her grace, granting you strength long sought. And in treating with the Ascians, I learnt of a star like unto our own, a doomed world of fallen heroes in whom I glimpsed ourselves, the first. Full long did I search for a means to save this world, concluding at the last that the answer lay in the power of blessed crystals. And thus did I labor to set light against dark. Yet I knew from the beginning that this salvation would not come without sacrifice. For the instrument of the first's deliverance would of necessity be required to journey thither, there to remain, mayhap forever.
You orchestrated all of this, not to save her, but to send her away!
One life for one world. Such was the bargain, and you the coin, though it were not mine to spend.
Have we not walked together in the light of the crystal, and at her bidding borne witness to the joys and sorrows of this land? Each and every one of you knows my heart. If this be the price I must pay, I pay it gladly.
You would go alone, then?
My dearest Thancred, you who have ever watched over me, I am truly grateful for all you have done on my behalf, as would my father be. Your kindness, your compassion, your love. These are your gifts to me, and our gifts to them, forming a bond which transcends time and space.
Sometimes I forget you are not the child I once knew. Make me proud.
Long have I watched you from Heidelin's side, watched as you nurtured and kept safe the light of the dawn. The dark recesses of the world hide untold secrets and dangers. Thus do I entrust to you, Tupsimati. I pray you, keep to the path that you may never have need of it.
Twould seem the power of our crystals is all but spent. Perhaps, if there is naught else to be done.
Hear me, servant of Hydaelyn. If you would have us place our trust in you, then I would ask a favor. Take us with you. Take us home. We were blind to the truth once, so I tell you this, as one fool to another. Light, dark, it doesn't matter. What matters is how you choose to use them. We made our choice and you see what came of it, so please, forge a different path. Seize a better fate.
It is a strange feeling. So many times have I watched you depart, my heart filled with worry. And ever did you return to me in triumph. Someday, when I have found a way to free this star from her sorrow, I promise you I shall repay the favor.
And now she's not even going to be in our world.
Thank you, Lemmy, for everything.
Was that Lemon? Lemon? I think that's how she said it. So I haven't been, like, fully off, I guess. Well, that was sad. Don't ever go against us again. Speak thy mind. I do not expect thy forgiveness. Though things did unfold as perhaps... I mean to say, I truly believe that she... Forgive me, I should not have spoken. It is not my place. It would seem we are in southern Thanalan again. And Felia's doing, no doubt. May the 12 speed her on her way. And the warriors of darkness too. I cannot help but wonder what awaits those wayward souls if they gave their lives in order to travel to the source. Then in returning to the first, would they not? But mayhap that was their wish. We should talk about what to do next. Ending to mark a new beginning. Forgive me, my thoughts were elsewhere, and this when I know full well there is yet to be done. The crystals, leave them to me. I will go back into Zoriark and secure them. The Amaja will still be in disarray after the thrashing the warriors of darkness gave them. They are not like to notice a lone bard skulking about. But Thancred, you don't have to do this, I know, but I want to. I will see you at the Rising Stones. He wants to be alone. I should go and find Ida and Papalima. They must have finished searching the mask camp by now. Not that it matters anymore. You must be tired, Lily. I know I am. If thou wilt permit me, my lady, I would ask a question. When didst thou become aware of mine independent pursuits? When I saw you meeting with that warrior of darkness and the Asine in white at the great library. I try not to think the worst. You've never been one to confide in others, so I knew that even were your intentions pure, you would not share your plans with us until you felt the time was right. But I cannot deny that a part of me feared you had simply betrayed us. Would that there had been another way. Know that I took no pleasure in deceiving thee, and that these sins will forever weigh heavy on my heart. I understand why you did what you did. That you but sought to achieve the greatest good, while inflicting the least harm. Not many would have the courage to make that choice. But even knowing what came of your actions, I find that I cannot condone them. I'm sorry. Lily, forgive me, but I believe the events of the day have taken their toll on me. I should like to rest for a while. If thou wilt grant me leave, I would gladly escort thee unto a refuge of thine own choosing. Once my lady hath regained their strength, we shall join thee at the rising stones. Until then, warrior of light. So essentially, Arbert was me in his world. I have yet to tell them what happened in the wreck. I thought it best to do so together. Ah, there you are. You finished our search, in case you were wondering. Hey, Papalima. Well met, Lily and Alphino. Lily. Alphino said you would be joining us. It would seem the Griffin's double was telling the truth, in so far as we found nothing resembling a sizable cache of crystals in the mass camp. Did you perchance find one in Zariak? Zaharak? Actually, a lot of shit went down. I don't believe it. The crystals, Minfilia, all of it? It's just, I don't know what it is. I sympathize, Ida. Even now I struggle to comprehend that which I saw. The only thing I can say with any certainty is that I feel blessed to have been granted a final chance to speak with her. 'Twas bittersweet, but also affirming. For now I believe it is past time Ida and I rejoin the Scions. We have been away for far too long. Though I am loath to leave the Griffin to his own devices, I feel our investigation would benefit from your more dispassionate perspectives, and I hope that we might in turn offer our own opinions on the many challenges that you have faced in our absence. It's been absolutely ages, hasn't it? I can't wait to hear about everyone's adventures. We should be glad to recount them, and Tataru's tales may well surprise you. Ida! Ida! Roger be praised, it is you! Ida, alive and standing here before me in the flesh! I can hardly believe my eyes. Oh, come now. Has it really been so long you don't remember me? It's Gundobald. I fought beside your father in the Revolution. Do not think less of her, friends. It's been 20 years since the occupation sent us our separate ways, but the Resistance were always welcome in Little Alamigo. They gave us hope, and young Ida most of all. Ida here, was full of fire, ever the first to volunteer for a mission, until the day she up and vanished, that is. There were rumors, and we feared the worst, but here you are, alive and well, looking nary a day older. Well, what can I say? I'm sorry for running off like that and making you all worry. It's a long story, but you see, I got involved with my friends here in the science, so sorry, we were still in the circle of knowing back then, right? Anyway, I wanted to come back and tell you, but it was all very secretive stuff at the time, and as you can see, I'm completely fine. I know we've got a lot to talk about, and we will, but right now I've got to hurry back to our headquarters. My friends are expecting me. Pray forgive her. It has been a very long day for all of us. I promise we will visit again at the first opportunity. Let us return to the Rising Stones. Hells take me for giving you that mask. What's going on there? What's the mask got to do with any of it? I'm trying to think of what's left. There's a couple things that I'm thinking of that's left before we hit Stormblood. Definitely not one video. Like, this is not gonna be the last video, but yeah. You needn't say a word, Lily. I know. Wherever she wanders, no matter how far, she will always be with us. Welcome home, Lily. I trust your journey was uneventful. You will be pleased to hear that Thancred has secured the crystals. He sent word a short while ago. Once he has delivered them safely into the Temple Knight's care, he will rejoin us here, and we can declare this matter officially resolved. While awaiting your arrival, I took the opportunity to contact Ashola and Cryle, and brief them on all that has occurred. I also requested that they return to the Rising Stones at the earliest convenience, now that our lost friends have been found. It would seem meet to discuss the future.
Back in the Solar. It's been too long since we were all together like this. Not since after Moonbreeder.
Much has changed since then. We ourselves, most of all.
Though not all who were lost could be gathered here today, we may take comfort in the knowledge that those who are not are carrying on the fight.
While I am grateful to our friends in the north for their hospitality, it isn't half good to be back.
But, as Papalima rightly said, much has changed since we last stood here. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn are not as they once were, nor should we be. Our travels in the north brought us into contact with a host of fine and generous people, and their selfless deeds serve to show me that it is not lofty causes that should inform our actions, but our hearts. And I hope that the Scions might continue in this manner, as individuals driven by individual principles. Provided we all sincerely desire to work towards Eorzea's salvation, I believe the paths we follow to achieve it need not, and should not, be dictated by any single ideal.
Companions bound by a common purpose, free to go whither they will. The idea is not without merit. Very well. I shall resume my research of the primals and the elder gods of Eorzea. Should anyone have need of my findings, you need only ask. I should be glad of your continued assistance.
Well, my main purpose in coming here was to see the signs of the Seventh Dawn restored and my dear friend found. Nevertheless, having involved myself in your struggles, I feel compelled to see them through to the bitter end. For Minfilia's sake. That is, if there are no objections.
And here. Welcome to the Scions.
You will always be welcome here, Kryl.
Urianger, can we trust you to carry on your investigation of the Ascians as before?
Regardless of mine own desires, I am undeserving of your trust, having so villainously deceived you all.
Now, I'll hear no more of that. 'Twould be disrespectful of Minfilia's wishes. She entrusted matters here to us, that we might protect this star and understand the truth which hides at her heart. Mayhap I can handle the former, but I think you far better suited to the latter. No?
Very well. Then out of love for my Lady Minfilia and Moonbreeder both, this shall be my solemn charge.
Papalimo and I should probably return to Thanalan to keep an eye on the Resistance. There's still the matter of the Griffin and the Amalja, not to mention the new Imperial Viceroy. That little lot must be worthy of our attention, right?
And what will you do, Alize?
You know I have no great love for organizations and formalities. That being said, this new approach you propose is not wholly objectionable, and we've always got her to keep us from bickering.
Oh god, I'm
But
the
I will suffer no
babysitter.
titles. I am not here for House Leveilleur, nor to walk in Grandfather's shadow.
Upon that point, we see eye to eye. If it please you, you may think of me as but another comrade in arms.
Well then, Alfie, I, for my part, shall see to the paperwork and the finances with my characteristic aplomb.
I would not have it any other way, Tataru.
And I do all
We
the
mustn't
heavy
forget
lifting.
you. What now for the Warrior of Light?
I do all the fucking heavy lifting. I know what I do. A new adventure. What else? The road it goes ever on. To strive for what we have lost. For those we can yet save. To strive for those we have lost. For those we can yet save.
Indeed.
The path behind us was fraught with hardship, and the path before us will be no less unforgiving. But a new dawn shall break over the realm, and I see before me the faces of those who will deliver it.
It's official then. Gods, I hope I don't regret this. Leave it to me, Lily. I'll make sure she's properly introduced to everyone. Same as it ever was. It would seem that I'm a scion, then. Some derive comfort from such titles, but I cannot say that I feel any different than before. Well, mayhaps a twinge of pride. As agreed, we shall spend the coming moons conducting our own independent research. Should you have need of our services, however, you are, of course, welcome to seek us out. Hey, you two. It's passing strange to think that we may never see Lady from Infilia again. After witnessing so many of our missing comrades return to us, I dared to hope that she might one day do the same. Oh ho ho! Do not think I will be bested so easily again. When my competition with Lady Ida has ended, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn shall crown a new champion of the squat. You having a squatting challenge? What the fuck? I suppose I should not be surprised with everyone standing in a circle delivering grand proclamations about their future endeavors. She naturally felt obligated to make up one of her own. It may be argued that the great sundering of the source was an aberration, and the existence of the 10 and 3 reflections on offense to the natural order. That most absurdly is the Athenians' belief. It was in hope of opening mine eyes to such revelation that they first came unto me, imagining it sufficient to secure mine allegiance. Nor would they have been mistaken, were my heart a temple to truth alone. But as a devoted follower of Master Louis' teachings, and for the love I bear him and his, I hearken not to their words. I have Sir Emmerich's assurance that the Temple Knights will henceforth keep a close eye on the Ishgardian crystal trade. Oh, and he extends his deepest apologies for your dinner having been cut short. Courteous fellow, isn't he? You would have never guessed he was a politician. All these little mistakes are beginning to add up, Enor. You must try harder to remain focused. I'm doing my best. Booker, I am. I just can't seem to clear my mind. I keep thinking about you and your brother and me. Trouble in Paradise, eh? When you think about it, we have accomplished quite a lot in recent days, have we not? Though there are, of course, some few regrets for missed opportunities. A pity we were unable to deal with Ilberd and the Braves once and for all, for example. Do you have anything else to say, or are you still in the myth? Okay, yeah. Just the Menphilia thing. Okay. I've talked to everybody. Alphano. Look at them, Lily. The signs of the Seventh Dawn. Look how far we've come. The people we've met, the moments we've shared, the losses we've suffered, the tragedies we've overcome. All of it has made us who we are today. Where we go from here and what the future holds, only the 12 know. But I know that we will find out together. When I first started playing, I would talk to all the NPCs. I never did that after. I would only talk to the quest ones. So everything some of that stuff I may have done, but I don't even, remember.
One world's heroes are another world's villains. One world's loss, another world's gain. Where men go as one, there is life. And where there is life, My friends, if I may, I would ask that you entrust Tupsimati to me. Clouds gather upon the horizon, and as Master Louisoix's disciple, I would keep it close at hand.
Oh yeah, we are super close to starting Stormblood. Next video, probably. Probably,
Thank
give or
you.
take.
I shall guard it well.
Would be my guess, anyway. I just looked up the remaining quests. He deserves it.
There is cause to hope.
Paplimo deserves this. Tupsimati. Tapsimati, however you say.
For every ending, every parting, marks a new beginning.
He was like Louisoix's apprentice or whatever. So. Well done, brother. You may resume your normal duties and rejoin the others. The coming battle shall be our greatest yet, and I intend to stand with you all on that glorious day. True believers are so readily led. I've given them everything they desired, all for which they have prayed. I doubt you can say the same for your pawns. Get what you wanted, then. Was it all worth it in the end? There were some unexpected developments, but they were ultimately to our advantage. Be it host to surfeit of light or dark, a world bereft of equilibrium is but a void in waiting, and a void is of no use to my master. I shall follow her emissary with great interest. As for the pawns whom you so pity, they have delivered unto me a gift, which I do now present to you. Motherfucker! Eyes of Nidhogg. Many were the candidates considered, but by your deeds you have proven yourself the most deserving. A man of boundless rage and bottomless despair, in whose breast beats a heart which thirsts for vengeance. Only you are fit to wield these eyes, or weal, or for woe. For weal or for woe. Gave the griffin the fucking Nidhogg's eyes. God damn it. I swear to God if Nidhogg comes back. So it was here all along. Oh, just you wait, my pretty. You and I are going to have so much fun. No retreat. No surrender. I've been thinking, Lily. When time allows, we should go and pay a visit to Gabu with Alizé. Though their time together was short, I know she felt a kinship with the young child. Oh, I guess I was just so caught up in thinking about, well, everything, that I dozed off for a moment. Hey, Papa Lima. My word, Lily, I must confess to some considerable amazement of the great trials and tribulations you and the others have recently overcame. I must again apologize for our prolonged absence, and for that we have yet to answer your many questions. As for Ida, well, all things in time, I suppose. And there I was, worried about how to brief Papa Lima on the many monumentous events which we have borne witness in recent memory. Little did I know I need only leave hurry to it. So Alphino, we all know he's got his mind made up. The Crystal Braves are no more. It's all over. Bam. You haven't got to go home. But you can't stay here. But Raoul, he's not having it. Won't even let old Alfie finish. That's him recounting the story. Okay, gotcha. I told her everything that happened she needed to know, and I thought it would be best if it came from me. It's strange to think back on the circumstances of our first meeting. We were all so very young, so foolish, so powerless. In that moment she departed this realm for the first, I heard her speak to me. I know this to be true, just as I know that she will one day return to us. In those final moments she was smiling, was she not? She was proud and hopeful, and looking to the future. So I will too, Lily. I will. It's a bit overwhelming, quite frankly, having spent so much time on the road, often by myself. Yet I will try to approach this as a learning experience as I did my travels. Had I not kept an open mind, after all, I doubt I would have been able to master the ethereal blade, nor would I have benefited from the rather pointed advice I received. There is no path, as some are given to say, and there is wisdom in exploring every school of magic, as there is in exploration of all things. Oh, as if you would try to get rid of me at the first opportunity. Don't you drag me into this mess. But I have a precocious sibling too, and I'm sure she'd be happy to join us. Believe me, I know all too well the burden that is a precocious sibling. We should trade tales over a drink sometime, or perhaps even with the four of us. Is she hitting on him? Like, what's going on here? I don't think I've ever talked to them. Because I'm like, what the fuck is going on with these three? It is as though I do not enjoy the company of so many... It is not as though I do not enjoy the company of so many motivated youths. However, without Isildur around, I cannot help but feel somewhat isolated. He got carried away with his training, lest you wonder, and injured his back. Eliane has been looking after him ever since. Of course she is. And that's how we met her. Ages ago. Taking care of him. Tidings of Gir Abani. Benia? Benia? Ah, Lily. Just the hero I wanted to see. Would you mind doing me a small favor? I need you to meet me at the Diamond Forge. This won't take long, I promise. Okay. I'll head right on over. Waiting. Waiting. I'm sorry to drag you away from your duties, but as I said, this won't take long. I just need you to stand perfectly still for a few moments. Okay. What's going on? Tataro? Right, everyone? Ready to go to work? Are you gonna tell me what's going on? No squirming now. Oh, and you might want to close your eyes. What? Am I getting murdered? I think I just got beat up. There, all finished. The warrior liked every measurement from heroic head to intrepid toe. Was it that hard to figure out my measurements? Well, wouldn't you like to know? All in good time, Lily. All in good time. Aha! Found you. Afno wants everyone in the Solaire for a meeting. I don't know what it's about, but he seemed to think it was very important. Go on! We have everything we need. No sense in keeping everyone waiting. Oh, thank God, Ida, you saved me.
We're here. Did we miss anything?
We would not presume to begin without you, Ida. Orianger has returned to the Waking Sands, but everyone else is now present.
Yes, but for what exactly? We all have duties to attend to, Alphino, so you may dispense with the preamble.
Thank you, Elise. It is the very subject of those duties which compelled me to call this gathering. Though the Warriors of Darkness no longer pose a threat, Eorzea's many troubles demand no less of our attention. And while I stand by the decision to approach each task as we see fit, I fear our effectiveness will ultimately be diminished should we continue to act in ignorance of each other's efforts. Thus, I propose we elect a successor to Minfilia. Not to serve as a fully fledged antecedent, perhaps, but as a coordinator of operations.
Is that all? Oh, then the decision seems clear. No one else has shown any enthusiasm for the role, and judging by your performance at our previous meeting, you would seem the perfect candidate. You always did have a flair for politics.
I did not mean to... That was not my intention. As my tenure as commander of the Crystal Braves comprehensively demonstrated, I lack the qualities required for such an office. I would much prefer to remain as I am now, a soldier in the field, so to speak.
Should none of our number step forward, must we then constrain some unwilling candidate to take up the position?
Well, based on merit alone, a certain adventurer would be my choice. Though I concede she might struggle to balance her new responsibilities with, let me see, slaying primals, thwarting legatuses, and feeding the orphan poor.
Thank God somebody's against me being the
Thancred
leader.
makes a good point. Any who would wear such a mantle would be bound by its obligations. Have we not become sufficiently familiar with each other's methods to act without an overseer? At present, I see no cause to so willingly limit one of our number.
Oh my goodness! Help! I need some help here!
Tataru, Are you all right?
Me? I'm fine. It's this poor girl who just staggered in and collapsed on the floor that I'm worried about.
Narco! God, how did... Yashola! Please, you have to help her.
Kral, a hand if you would. Let us see about closing these wounds.
Now, we've staunched the bleeding, but it may be a while before you can move about again. Though having seen your wounds, I'm surprised you are still moving at all.
Thank you. My message. It was too important to delay. I took the shortest route I could, though I knew it was more heavily patrolled. As you can see, my efforts at evasion were not entirely successful.
Honestly, you're too brave for your own good. What was so urgent that you needed to fight half the Empire to get here? You could have been killed.
I'm sorry, Ida. I had good reason. But I imagine your friends are wondering who this bloody mess of a Mikote is. My name is Minago, and I belong to the Alamegan Resistance. I came to warn Ida and Papalimo about one of our leaders. A man who calls himself the Griffin. He's always been dangerous, but he's planning something new. Something reckless.
The Griffin, you say? I've heard the name. Rumor has it your man is eager to test his claws.
Aye, and on no easy target. He means to assault Belsar's wall from the Alamegan side.
But what does the Griffin possibly hope to gain from such an attack?
From what I understand, he wants the fires of war to spread to Eorzea. And for that, he needs to control the border with Gridania.
So, he means to spark a conflict between the Alliance and the Imperial forces stationed in Alamigo, to have Eorzea's armies aid in the liberation effort, whether they will it or no.
His plan is flawed. Even should the Resistance succeed in occupying the wall, they would not be able to hold it. Imperial reinforcements would drive them out within a week.
Be that as it may, if there is even a chance that this scheme could bring about an escalation in hostilities between Eorzea and the Empire, the Alliance must be informed.
Agreed. I should depart for Limsa forthwith and seek an audience with the Admiral. Thancred, Uldar is yours. Alphino and Alize, make haste to the Twelveswood and notify the Elder Seedseer of the danger to Gridania. She will duly call a council of the Alliance leaders, whom you must be ready to receive. You will be our voice in Ishgard. Explain the situation to Sir Emeric, and encourage him to send an envoy. To Taru, Krile, I leave the care of our injured messenger to you. See that she remains quiescent and her wounds closed. I believe that covers everything. Let us be about our tasks.
I suspect the ill tidings from Girabania will be held as a turning point. The beginning to a bloody end. The business of war was ever conducted with the coin of self-sacrifice. 'Twas Master Louis Soir himself who taught us that such costs are not to be ignored or denied. And so, I shall embrace them. When the time comes, I will make my choice, as you will yours.
After conferring with Ishtola, we have decided to focus our attentions on East Shroud. Someone needs to keep an eye on the border, not to mention the sylphs. I hate leaving Niago Nago? Is that like this? But I know Kryle and Tataro will take good care of her. Are they like here? Can I actually talk to them? Oh, y'all move. Is there gonna be more like talk of getting on over here? I believe she said her name was Minago? Her cause appeared to have been genuine, but I confess to feeling no small degree of trepidation even as I stepped aside. We were all surprised by our sudden visitor, but Hori was able to gauge the situation at a glance. He realized the Mikote posed no immediate threat and permitted her to enter. That didn't mean he wasn't alert for some manner of trap. Ah yes, mayhap the elder is the finer man after all. You really are hitting on a... You want a boulder. Mr. Kryle and Arcana Shola are truly exceptional healers, and 'twas an honor to witness their ministrations firsthand. If only I could tend my brother's battle hurts with such proficiency. I have much study yet ahead of me. Even when casting the same incantation, the mastery of each practitioner greatly affects the efficiency of the spell, a principle that was aptly demonstrated to our two young mages here. We have some training in the healing arts, so we shall take turns with Mistress Kryle in caring for her patient. Oker in particular seems rather eager to learn from experience. I wonder what Isildur would have to say about our wounded visitor. His own injuries yet keep him abed, and I miss savoring a cup of tea alongside his usual observations. Taro and Kryle took that resistant fighter to more private chambers that she might recuperate in peace. The poor girl was in quite the state, wasn't she? Let's get our ass back to Ishgard. Greetings, Warrior of Light. What business brings you to Ishgard? I need to talk to Emmerich. You can come too. I see. Wait here. I will summon Sir Emmerich. Like, it's specifically for Emmerich, but, you know, I like you, Lucia, so you too. It is good to see you, my friend. It is but a pity it must be under such circumstances. Had Lucia not informed me of the urgency of your suit, I would certainly have sent for some wine. But to business. I thank you for bringing these developments in Alamigo to our attention. Ishgard will of course send an envoy to attend the council in Gridania. I cannot say who will represent us, however, as the choice is not mine to make. Not mine alone, at any rate. Given the imminence of the threat, we may forego the formalities of a full assembly, but I will still need to consult my counterpart in the House of Commons prior to proceedings. Will you permit me some time to make the necessary arrangements? Of course. I thank you. Our representative, whom we select, will require a suitable escort. Make your preparations and inform Sir Pendelope that he is in lead in your absence. Yes, Lord Commander. Lily, pray accompany Lucia to the gates of judgment, and make ready to depart for Gridania. I will have our envoy join you as soon as I can. Fury speed you on your way. Envoy for Ishgard. If you have no other business in the city, join me at the gates of judgment. We must be ready to depart the instant the envoy arrives. I wonder who it could be. I didn't even read. It was the actual Gates of Judgment, right? We didn't have a mid-stop, did we? No. You're perhaps wondering who will represent Ishgard at the council. As this is a military matter, I should not be surprised if Sir Emmerich nominated himself. He is yet Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, after all. We meet again. As it happens, my counterpart in the House of Commons agreed that I should act as Ishgard's envoy. Not, I concede, that there was ever any real doubt. As Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, it is my duty to sanction any military cooperation. Be that it may, I could not in good conscience make the decision alone, not with the ink scarce dry in the Republic's books of statutes. I trust you understand, my friend. Alas, I must test your patience still further by making a brief stop at Camp Dragonhead. Given the trouble brewing in the Black Shroud, I would see that the garrison is ready to defend the border. Sure. I am glad that Sir Emmerich's counterpart saw the wisdom in his coming. Few, if any, in Ishgard can claim to possess his expertise in both politics and warfare. The garrison commander waits within. Why not accompany me, Lily? You may see a familiar face. Sure. Honor it! Emmeline! Lily, old girl! How wonderful to see you, and Sir Emmerich too? To what do I owe these unexpected pleasures? I will have some mulled wine brought up from the kitchen at once, if you will excuse. Nay, do not trouble yourself, Honor it. We shall soon be on our way. Lucia, a brief summary, if you will. Yes, Lord Commander. Be ready in case. Those villains hardly need an excuse to wage war. Bloodletting comes as naturally as breathing to to an imperial. And thus, we shall strengthen our patrols, as you suggest. We shall also be sure to communicate these developments to Lord Fencel and the Observatorium. I see you have everything in hand. Carry on, Commander. Surprised to see yours truly at the helm? A little bit. You and me both, old girl. I doubt I'll ever feel worthy to sit where he sat. Marshal Font. Yet we can but play the hand we're dealt. And with a little help from the veterans and Honora's ceaseless chiding, I'm sure I'll muddle through. So worry not, old girl. Off to Gardonia with you. You've come a long way from hiding in the corner, man. I'm proud of him. I'm proud. You really are fucking shirtless. Out in the fucking wonderland over here. So yeah, okay. So Gridania was the one we have for free. Somebody was giggling over there. Oh, I guess we're actually walking them. A bid welcome to our visitors from Ishgard. Seems so peaceful. One would scarce believe that Balsiar's wall and wretched Alamigo lie but a few short miles away. Diplomatic duties have brought me here on several occasions, but I find that I am as enraptured by the Black Shroud's beauty now as when I first laid eyes upon it. I fear that this time, however, events shall not afford us the luxury of enjoying the splendor of the forest. Allied Distant. It seems we are to have an escort to the Lotus Stand. Unpleasant place to discuss unpleasant matters, is it not? Yes, of course. 'Tis like that we are the last to arrive. Let us announce ourselves, shall we? To be fair, we did have to come from Perthus, so... Y'all do your walking. I'm not walking. I have the Ethernet's set up. Screw that. Envoy from Ishgard has arrived. Very good. This way, if you please. Ah, and the Lamencium party as well. Ikiri! I had hoped to slip in unnoticed, but I see I was not the only one delayed in my arrival. Greetings, Sir Emmerich. Admiral, always a pleasure. And Lily, I trust you are well? 'Tis a day for reunions, it seems. I believe you're well acquainted with my escort. Lady Lily, I was glad to hear from Rael that the missing scions have now been found. There's much and more I would discuss with you, but let us first attend to the issue at hand, shall we?
I bid you welcome, my friends. As you will by now be aware, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have come into possession of certain intelligence concerning recent developments in the region of Gir Abania. It springs, I am assured, from an unimpeachable source. Is that not so, Master Alfino?
Indeed, Elder Seedseer. Our information comes directly from a member of the Resistance's inner circle, and we have no cause to doubt its veracity.
This griffin of theirs is a fool if he thinks he can hold Belsar's wall against the Empire. When the Imperials move to take it back, they will come in force. And the resulting fighting is all but certain to spill over into the Black Shroud.
At the Battle of Cartano, the combined might of 3 grand companies labored to contend with the remnants of but a single Imperial legion.
Alone, Gridania would be hard-pressed indeed to hold back the tide, should the Garleans turn their minds from reclamation to invasion.
May I once more convey my nation's deepest regrets for our inaction in the days prior to the calamity. 'Tis a stain upon our ledger that I would fain remove. Elder Seedseer, I do hereby request leave to deploy a defensive force within the borders of Gridania. Ishgard's return to the Alliance shall be honored by more than mere ink upon parchment.
The Doman people, too, would join any effort that weakens our common foe. We are few, but our most seasoned shinobi are at your disposal. On behalf of my people, I offer you my humble thanks. Gridania welcomes your assistance.
It is time we set our contingency plans in motion. Is the Alliance agreed? Then let us make ready for war. Victory favors the swift, and there is much to be done.
The Council knows that Alamigo will not soon be wrested from the Empire, and its decision to bolster the border's defenses seems eminently practical. Why then, brother, do you scowl so?
I agree that they have chosen the wisest course available. Indeed, the only reasonable one. Yet something feels awry. In making ready for war, is the Alliance not granting the Griffin the very thing he desired? Any attempt to hold the wall is doomed to failure, aye. But I wonder if we have misjudged the prize for which he plays.
The Council was able to reach an accord so swiftly is a heartening development in itself. I only hope my misgivings prove unfounded. Good. You have yet to depart. I feared I had missed you. Sir Emmer! Master Alphonse, a pleasure as always. And Mistress Alize, how wonderful to see you thus recovered. Pardon the interruption. I'd hoped to thank Lily for serving as our escort before our other duties called her away. I also wish to thank our Doman ally. Forgive me, my lord, I was but waiting an opportune moment to join the conversation, and force of habit made me keep to the shadows. No apologies are necessary, Mistress Yugiri. I was most grateful for your interjection when I offered Ishgard support. My nation's historic failure to heed the Alliance's pleas for aid is a matter of record. Even so, the Alliance leaders were plainly unprepared for my impromptu apology. The resulting air of awkwardness might have lingered longer were it not for your timely offer of cooperation, which allowed the elder Caesar to accept us both. I very much appreciated the gesture. I only did my duty, Sir Emmer. The Empire is an enemy to us all, and we are grateful for the opportunity to fight at your side. And full glad are we to have you. Pray convey my regards to the Scions, my friends. We must return to Ishgard. Whatever is wrong with a simple sorry or thank you? Must these politicians always make a speech out of everything? That is how we adults speak, dear sister. Mayhaps the ones who like the sound of their own voice. In any case, our business here is concluded. We should be on our way as well. Will you accompany us to Revenant's Toll, Yugiri? Actually, I think I shall first pay a visit to the East Shroud. I'm curious to know how Papalimo and Ida fared in their talks with the Sylphs, not to mention what has been going on at Balsiar's Wall. I will join you at the Rising Stones anon. Hey, Yugiri. I like how you appeared here before Alize. What was with the popping in NPCs? From now, I'm astonished by how closely Mistress Alize resembles Master Alphino. Their very mannerisms are alike. From a distance, I should be hard-pressed to tell one from the other. Until they open their mouths, of course. Welcome back, Lily. I don't know about you, but I am heartily glad that all of the talking is over. I understand that these council meetings are important. But do you not find it tiresome to have to weigh every word before you speak? I doubt I will ever feel at home in the realm of politics. That said, people have been known to change, and if my brother is willing to run his own errands, anything is possible. Griffin on the wall. Well, as much as I enjoy the bustle of the toll, I think it's time we headed inside. My brother and the others will not be long. Well, I'm gonna end this here, because I don't know specifically if this quest is gonna trigger the next dungeon, but there is a dungeon coming up. And as such, that alone will be like 30 minutes, and once we start it, I want to do it in the video, so I think we're good to end here. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one, where possibly we enter Stormblood. We might finally be done with Heavensward already.